This video is brought to you by Skillshare. What's up everyone, it's Shreys here from Smart Kidzee, bringing you the best educational and also origami tutorials. So, do you know what it is time for? It's time for the episode 3 of Mahabharata. Now I know that I haven't published any videos since a couple of weeks or so. Had some school stuff, don't ask me what it is. But yeah, I'm back again and let's dive straight into the video. Well, before we jump straight into the video, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Skillshare. What it is? It's like Netflix. It offers you a monthly subscription and you'll get thousands of courses on web design, graphic design, video editing, whatever, like coding, HTML, CSS. You can get whatever you want right there. I literally got a course from that for editing videos in Adobe Premiere Pro, and I just learned where everything's at Premiere Pro. There's a tons of, literally thousands of courses, okay? It's just less than $10 a month. So, what are you waiting for? Go and click the first link in the description down below and get your first 14 days absolutely for free. So guys, in the last 2 episodes of Mahabharata, we learned about the great sage Vedavyasa and also the birth of Devavrata. If you haven't watched them, then check the top right corner right over there. Now let us see how the story of great epic unfolds. King Shantanu and Devavrata were extremely happy to be in each other's presence and company. Shantanu was supremely happy to witness the prowess and skills of his young son Devavrata. Devavrata's valor and bravery was astonishing. As a crown prince, he shouldered the major responsibilities of his father King Shantanu. Literally 4 years passed. One day when king was wandering on the banks of the river Yamuna, the air was suddenly filled with pleasant aroma. The fragrance was divine. King Shantanu was wondering from where the sweet fragrance was emanating. It did not take much time for the king to find out the source of the divine smell. It was a perfume which emanated from a lovely maiden. She was extremely beautiful. King Shantanu was astounded by her beauty. She looked like a goddess. After goddess Ganga left the King Shantanu, he had not thought of a female companion for himself. But the sight of this beautiful lady made Shantanu to think of a companion not only to look after him, but also to be the queen of Hastinapur. The king decided then and there that this maiden would be a perfect partner for him and desired her to be his wife. Shantanu asked this beautiful lady to be his wife. The beautiful lady in a sweet and melodious voice said, "O king, I am a fisherwoman. My father is the chief fisherman here. Please talk to him and take his consent." The king, without any delay, met the head fisherman and expressed his desire to marry the fisherman's daughter. The fisherman was a very shrewd man. He very politely bowed before the king and said, "O king, just like every daughter is to be given in marriage, I also want to see my daughter is married. I don't see a more worthy person than you, but I have a condition. Only when you fulfill that condition, you can marry my daughter." He further said, "If children born to my daughter are going to be the kings of Hastinapur after you, then my acceptance is given immediately to this marriage." The king was stunned and startled by the condition of the fisherman. He, the king, very well remembered how the promise he made to Ganga put him in a very embarrassing position. The king also remembered that his son Devavrata was the crown prince. If the king agrees to the fisherman's condition, Devavrata would be denied the crown. Completely dejected, Shantanu without a word returned to capital Hastinapur. King Shantanu was extremely disappointed with the condition of the fisherman. But unfortunately, it was impossible for him to forget the beautiful daughter of the fisherman. He wanted to marry her, but the condition of the fisherman was unacceptable and cruel. The king became extremely unhappy and sad. Devavrata observed that his father was worrying a lot about something. Of late, he found him sad and mournful always. He asked his father why he was sad and what was worrying him and stuff. The king Shantanu was very evasive. He felt very uncomfortable to tell his grown-up son that he was in love with a maiden. But Devavrata inquired with the king's charioteer about the cause of king's sadness. The charioteer told him the entire story of the king meeting a beautiful maiden and the king's love for her. Devavrata immediately decided to go and meet the fisherman. He went to the chief fisherman and asked him to give his daughter in marriage to the king. The fisherman respectfully but firmly said, "If my daughter is going to marry the king and becomes the queen of Hastinapur, it is natural that her son should become the king of Hastinapur. But you are already crown prince, hence you naturally succeed your father, and that is the reason I am hesitant to give my daughter." Immediately Devavrata replied, "Oh chief fisherman, I give you my word that I sacrifice my right to become the king, and the son born to a daughter will be the king of Hastinapur after my father." But the fisherman was very clever and crafty. He said, "Even though you renounce the throne in favor of the son who will be born to my daughter, what guarantee is there that your son will not claim to become the king of Hastinapur?" When Devavrata heard the doubt expressed by the fisherman, he immediately, without batting his eyelids, said, "Oh fisherman, do not have any doubts about it. I take a vow right now that I remain a bachelor and I will never marry." That very moment, the gods in the heaven rained flowers on Devavrata and chanted, "Bhisma, Bhishma." Bhishma means one who undertakes a very harsh vow and fulfills the same. From that very moment, Bhishma became the epithet of Devavrata. The fisherman was supremely happy and agreed for the marriage of his daughter with the king Shantanu of Hastinapur. Devavrata requested the maiden, whose name was Satyavati, "Mother, please get into the chariot and let us go to Hastinapur." And thus he brought Satyavati, the fisherman's daughter, to Hastinapur. So this is my third episode of Mahabharata, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you Skillshare for the support. And I'll meet you in the fourth episode of Mahabharata really soon. Goodbye, guys.